Thank you so much again for your patience. We really appreciate it. I'm Kathleen Taylor, and on behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center, the Nevada Business Opportunity Fund affiliated with VEDC, I would like to officially welcome you to this fantastic seminar talking about how to do business with MGM Resorts International. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker today, Ms. Angela Freeman, and she's the Supplier Diversity Manager for the MGM Resorts. And she is part of a dynamic team that basically they are a liaison between qualified, diverse-owned businesses and the various procurement verticals representing MGM's 19 resorts throughout the United States. And so it's my pleasure to introduce you to Ms. Angela Freeman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, good morning, everyone. And I do apologize for the delay. My executive director, she had a family emergency, so I had to step up and step in to make this happen. I did not want to cancel out on you all. So thank you so much for your patience and everything. I truly appreciate that. Just to give you a little background of myself, I am new to Vegas, about 45 days being here. So I've just joined the MGM Supply Diversity team, which is an awesome team, very excited. But a little bit about my background, I have over 20 years in supply diversity and supply development. I work with the Houston Minority Supply Development Council, which is a certifying agencies for minority-owned businesses. And it provided me an opportunity to work with the large Fortune 500 companies nationwide. I also work with the other councils. We had 26 councils across the U.S. So I work with the other councils in consulting and developing small minority-owned businesses. I worked with a lot of the community organizations, the Chamber of Commerce, as well as WBA. So working with diverse companies, it's not new to me. I understand it very well. I understand the passion and the innovation that you all have. So now moving from the nonprofit side to the corporate side. And it's a little bit different, but it is exciting. It gives me an opportunity to have more hands-on in developing and creating opportunity for minority and diverse-owned businesses. So understanding that I'm late and I want to be mindful of everyone's time, I have a pretty robust presentation, but I'm going to go through it as quickly as possible. I have my notes here, so look, I had to step in, so y'all be patient with me, okay? Be patient. But I like to have interact, so anytime that you have a question, please ask the question. If I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you and get back with you. And before we leave, I'd like for everyone to introduce yourselves and let me know what is it that you do as well. Okay, so do I have to stay by this mic at all times?
Yeah, in order for you to be captured in
Okay.
the camera. Sorry.
Oh, okay. God, I was on camera too. Wow, okay. All right. Well, so we're going to start off with this beautiful picture. I love this picture. And it pretty much gives you a view of who we are and what we do. But it's exciting, it's fun, and it makes you want to go there. And that's what we want to do with our guests as well as our suppliers. We want you to take a look at MGM and say, I want to be a part of that. So taking a look at this picture, can you identify some of the properties that we have? Yeah, I know who we are. Okay. Over here in the corner, right in front of the pyramid, that's our international property in China, Macau. So we're really excited about that. So as you know, MGM is not only just Las Vegas, which I thought for a long period of time, and I thought Las Vegas was just a strip. But we are an international company that provide a wow experience for our guests. And not only are we in the hospitality, hotel resort industry, we service so many different industries, as you will find out. And I have to walk back and forth. Okay, MGM International Resorts. As I stated before, we like providing that wow factor. So we basically engage, we entertain, and we inspire. So that's our message. Once you become a part of our family as a guest or as a supplier, that's what we stand by. We provide the quality of services. We make sure as soon as you walk on our property that you feel engaged. We relate to our guests. We want to make sure you have the best time here with our entertainment, but we want to inspire you to always be a part of MGM and come back. Who we are? We are the wow factors, I like to say. MGM is huge. We're leading the industry as far as diversity as well as sustainability. We're part of the Fortune 500 resorts worldwide. We have over 72,000 employees. We have over 350 food and beverages outlets and 400 retail stores. We have over 4 million square feet in convention space. We have everything that it takes for our guests to enjoy their time, locally or nationally. So we are the wow factor here in Vegas. Actually, on the Strip, we own majority of the property on the Vegas Strip. So this is who we are. This is the property that we have here in Las Vegas. And actually, the Monte Carlo, we're in the process of rebranding it to Park MGM. So we're bringing another wow factor. But these are all the properties on the strip that we own. The city centers, these are our luxury living space. So the only property here that has a casino is the Aria. And actually, the Aria is off the electrical grid. It is powered by wind power. And so it was the nation's #1 lead property in the U.S. at one time. So it's a very unique property. Nationally, we have the MGM Grand in Detroit, and then we have the other 2 casinos, which are in Biloxi, Mississippi, and Tunica. And our most recent and beautiful property that we have is the National Harbor. We opened that December. The structure of the harbor fits right in with the nation capital. So a lot of the architect is mimicked by that. And you can also see the capital from the casino. MGM Springfield, that's our newest property that we're right now in the process of developing. It will be in Springfield, Massachusetts, and actually it's a historic restoration. So from my understanding, the downtown area was destroyed in 2013 by a storm. So MGM is going in, utilizing some of the existing architect there, but building a casino around that to revitalize downtown and bring the community back. And also, this would be our first property that has a movie theater and a bowling alley. So they're really excited about that, and it just offers more opportunities. Thank you. Okay, areas where supplier products and services have an impact. So when I told you that we're more than just a casino, we impact all these industries here. And this is where we have needs for supplier and services. And now I'm going to break it down just a little bit more. Let's go down. So the food and beverage area. So we service from a buffet to fine dining. So we need suppliers that's going to provide us the best supplies and services in this particular area. Furniture, fixtures, and equipment, FFE. We use a lot of acronyms too, so I had to figure out what all this was. So I'm going to share the words and the acronyms with you, okay? So FFE is this area, that's where we buy everything that's needed. Once we start the structure and moving into the property, we buy all the equipment, the paintings, the light fixtures, all of that is in that particular area. Operating the supplies, everything that it takes to run a hotel. From linen to the uniforms, everything, the staffing, all of that is handled in that particular area. Professional services, we buy a lot of professional service, consulting services, printing service, staffing services. That's the area where a lot of that, where that is procured next. IT has its own little area. Anything that's dealing with technology, that's where you go. That's where all the innovations start, and that's where we do a lot of our communications and business sense. So being IT savvy in your business is very important. Retail, we have, as I stated before, over 400 retail space. So this stands alone as well. We have buyers in this area that buys everything that when you walk into a retail store and you see the clothing, the jewelry, the food, the drinks, the innovative things that you can't find anywhere else, we have buyers that take care of that. We're always looking for a unique product. Construction, MGM is now our own general contractor. So now we contract directly with our subs, and we look for a lot of diverse businesses in that area as well. Innovation, we're the wow factor. And it takes innovation to provide the wow. So that's what we're always looking for, and we believe that we lead in innovation in this industry. Yes, thank you. I guess I put my notes down. I'm doing pretty good without looking at them, huh? Now, if I fumble, I'm going to go back over here to the notes. 1 second. Thank you. All right, I may need my notes here. Okay, I'm still learning. So this is the global procurement process. This is what global procurement consists of. A purchasing management office, PMO, they handle the entire process. They direct how procurement is taken care of. That's their responsibility. They put in place what the process should be, the structure, all of that is handled by them. The strategic sourcing handle all the long-term contracts. So any contracts that are in place for a long period of time, their department handles that area, and it's called strategic sourcing because before, you just had the purchasing department, they buy bits and pieces here, but now every company wants to save money. So they have a team that strategizes on these larger projects. How can we best get what we need at the best price, at the best quality? And those are long-term contracts. The technology procurement, of course, is understandable. They handle every technology IT need within the company. And all of that is procured here in Vegas at our corporate office. The purchasing operation, that's where we buy, they call one-offs or the unique products and services. So this is where we usually bring in our new suppliers and diverse suppliers to kind of get in, get your feet wet, get in the door, start building those relationships. So that's where the smaller purchasing is taking place. FF&E, as I explained before, they handle everything that goes into the rooms and into the building once it's structured. Supply diversity, we are woven into all of this. So we want to ensure that we have diverse spend in every area that we procure. We also have this language in our contracts that states that we must solicit out to diverse suppliers for anything over $1,000. So we pretty much try our best to hold our buyers accountable for that. So whenever there's a need and they are going out for RFP, they contact us to identify diverse suppliers. Also in our database that they source, they can see these diverse suppliers as well. Expectation. So you want to know, you come here to say, okay, how do I do business with MGM? So this is what we expect from you. And I'm not going to go through each little bullet because some of them are pretty much self-explanatory, but what's most important is electronic data interchange. From onboarding you is technology to paying you is technology. So you need to make sure that you have that back-end infrastructure in place in order to communicate with us. Getting into our system, being able to update your profiles, being able to put in the information if we're doing business with you to receive your POs, all of that is done through technology. Financial stability. We want to make sure that we're doing business with stable companies. We like to grow and develop all companies, but in order to do business with MGM or any large corporation, you have to be financially sound. We do not want to hurt you, nor do we want you to hurt us. So it's very important, even as a business owner, that you know that you're financially stable, and you can be stable in different areas. You can be stable enough to do small business in order to grow to do large business, but once you start doing big business with the big boys, whether it's MGM or anybody else, make sure you're ready financially. The insurance documentation is very important. I just learned something, 311. Do people know what 311 is? What'd you say? No, an emergency. That's what I thought too, when they told me 311. So actually, it's $3 million in general. Let me get my notes. Okay, so I can remember all these terms now. But general liability is $3 million, $1 million in workman comps, and $1 million in errors and omissions. I guess I just need to touch the paper. It just came right to me. So that's very important in being ready to do business with us. Everything else is pretty much general. Of course, we want to make sure that all your information in our system is correct, that you have great business process and procedures. And as we go through this, this presentation, there's one question I ask is, do you work with a team or do you work with employees? And there is a difference, because when you have your team in place, and that probably come with business and practices in one of these areas, you work with a team in place, you all have that same vision and mission. And your team know what you're trying to deliver, the quality of products and services. So when you come to us, we know that this is going to be delivered throughout your whole organization. And then again, you just have some employees who's just coming in to work, they know how to do the business very well, don't too much buy into your services. So as you go back, you want to make sure, you want to ask yourself, am I working with employees or am I working with a team? And if they're just employees, you need to try to bring them aboard to your team. That's very important. Successful projects that you work on and certification. Oh, another good area is green. We are always seeking environmental safety and environmental, what they call it, the sustainability. So, and we pride ourselves on that as well. Anytime you have questions, you can stop me and ask questions. I just don't want to feel like I'm just dictating to you all. Okay, let's now overview of Supply Diversity Initiative. A lot of individuals ask, why this? I am who I am, I'm business. Why do I have to identify in these different buckets who I am? So supply diversity came in place long time, 60s and the 70s, from government entities. They wanted to make sure that the government contracts were also given to diverse suppliers in order for them to grow their communities. This was a way to create an economic engine, to create jobs, to have a steady flow of revenue for families to grow and the community to grow. So to this day, the government, on the government side, they still have these goals. They have to predetermine goals and reach these particular goals. Corporate America came aboard as an initiative for their social responsibilities, because they realized that once they go into a community, they affect that community, either they're employees of the community or the community is using their products and services. So they became smart too and realized that the best way to start developing these communities to be more self-sufficient is start doing business, helping these small businesses grow, because these small businesses, as you know, create more job opportunities in the U.S. than any other business. So to ensure that there was proper protocol in this initiative and program, and to eliminate any fraud, they start working with third-party organizations, the certifying entities, to go out and to pretty much evaluate these companies to make sure that they're owned and operated by diverse companies. And that's the next slide. So in order to be determined as a diverse company, your company has to be 51% owned, operated, and controlled by any one of these diverse groups. And so these agencies was put in place because there wasn't not a lot of expertise internally with corporations, or did they have the resources to really to go out and investigate. So these third-party agencies was put in place just for that. These agencies make sure that you are certified as any one of these diverse groups, that you have the expertise and the knowledge in order to run business within that industry. And we rely on those agencies to provide us the qualified companies to do business with us. And just because you're in these diverse areas, this is a way to, I call it an added value. We don't do business with you because you're a diverse company. We track that spend because we want to know our impact. And we want to do business with you because if we help your business grow, you help your community to grow. So, but bottom line is still quality products, services, capability. But it's still business. You can't get past anything. You can't just do this. You got to be able to provide the services. These are the certifying agencies. NMSDC, the National Supplier Development Council, they provide certification for the MBE's Minority Business Enterprise. And minority business, right over there, and I'm quite sure she have defined what we consider as minority-owned businesses. WBEA takes care of women-owned businesses, and that's any ethnicity. As long as you're a woman, you can get certified with WBEA. NGLCC, they provide the certification for the LBGT. And then also we have the Supplier Clearinghouse, which provides certification for MBEs, WBEs, and veterans. And then the Department of Veteran Affairs provide the certification for veterans. And then those with persons with disability is the Business Leadership Network. Okay. Working with the gaming industry, there are some additional requirements. So you do have to be approved in certain states by the Gaming Commission. So it depends on which state you're working in and what their regulations are. You have to obtain that certification. There's no getting around it. The companies are fined if they have individuals that are not obtaining the right license in order to do business in the gaming industry. And one area is probably if you're just a gaming company, you need the certification. In another area, even if you're not a gaming company, to be on that property, you need the permission. So, and these are the particular areas for, the particular organizations that handles those certifications. Yes?
So with regards to the gaming license, I've been finding it's like a chicken and an egg situation where for example, Nevada Gaming Control will only give you a license if you are providing current services right now. But, the service that you're providing really can't get the gaming license, can't really get the service unless you have the gaming license. Do you have a recommendation how to navigate that chicken and egg?
That's a good question, and I'll take the question back to the office, but I'll try my best to explain it at this time, because in Springfield, we're asking all the suppliers to get their gaming license in Springfield. And one of the requirements is you just can't go there and say, okay, I want my license. We have to know that there's a possibility that we'll be doing business with them. And so we provide them with this letter, so there's a possibility we're doing business with you, so then they can get the license. So it may be the same here, so I need to go back and find out. In that case, because they so backlogged, it's so much going on. But I will find out, when do you need it? Do you need it before you start doing the business with the person? Or is it okay to have it on hand because you want to be prepared? Or do you have to wait till you get the business? And once you get close and start getting the business, or you're working with someone who seems to be very interested, ask that particular person, could they provide a letter? Is this something that we need to do? So, but I'll go back and get those are Angela Freeman's recommendations. But I will go back and I'll make sure I get your information so I can answer that question for you. If you could write that question down for me, that would be great. Okay, so why you want to do business with us? Why? Well, this is the reason I think you want to do business with MGM. So MGM prides ourselves on extending inclusive economic opportunities so we can build better communities. But this is a great reason why we do business with diverse companies, because it gives us an opportunity to impact all the communities that we're in. It will give us an opportunity to help your business grow as well as your company grow, your community to grow. We buy over $6 billion in goods and services. We buy everything. Everything you could think of, there's an area where we buy in. Our industry thrives on innovation. We always looking for the next best, biggest, what somebody else don't have. We want to be first. So that innovation you have, bring it, because we want to help you bring it to the table as well. If you have the right product at the right price and prepared to grow, MGM can help your business grow. And I'll go into some areas where we help business grow. Once you do business with us, you come into the door, you're probably providing one product. But your ideal is to get in the door and provide the best product at the best price, given the wow experience of customer service, so your company can get more business and grow in other areas. And that's what we do. We bring business in, we see how well they do, how they cater to us, and we're like, oh, I think you need to use this company. Recommendations are done all the time. We are the leader in the industry. I spelled that wrong, so please forgive me. From diversity to sustainability. When it comes to supply diversity and the innovative program we have in bringing diverse suppliers into the company, in the gaming industry, MGM is #1. We have the best program, the most innovative program in growing minority business, and we're serious about doing business with you all. We are leading the nation. We are the next big thing. So just to talk about the growth in some of the companies, these are 3 companies that I decided to kind of spotlight that I know how they've grown their company with MGM. So Pride Staffing, he started off with 1 placement. We needed a limousine driver at the very last minute. And so they said, well, it's a great opportunity to get a diverse supplier. Contacted the office, we gave him a chance. He gave us the wow experience. And now he's providing office staff to all the corporate offices, HR, accounting, procurement services, and now he has over 1,000 placements annually, just from that one wonderful customer service limousine drive. Renew All of America, right now, they started off working with 2 properties, and please forgive me if there's any misspelling. I was trying to get here as well, and I was updating. So they started off with 2 properties by doing recycling of kitchen oil, but now they're taking care of the recycling on all of our Las Vegas properties, on all our decks. And so they also do handle all the assets recovery. So they go through all that stuff and take out what's not recyclable, and all the food and stuff is recyclable. They put it all together so we can recycle that, which is awesome. Then MGM decided to take them to the next level. Now they're doing the recycling of oyster shells. Can you believe that? So now they get all the oyster shells from our properties, and they do something with it. But these oyster shells are going back to the East Coast, and they're going to go somehow, some way, they're going to use these oyster shells in order to form new oysters. I can't explain it to you, but it's exciting. It's exciting, but it helps those oysters to grow. So instead of us just taking those oyster shells and just dumping them, now we are helping nature to recycle itself. And they started off with just oil, kitchen oil, all that dirty grease oil. And now they're into the innovation. Codell Energy Electric Supply, they started off providing us with electrical lighting fixtures and equipment in 1 property, but now they're the largest LED retrofit company on the Strip. They handle all of our properties. They also handle properties in Mississippi and National Harbor, and now they're positioned for Springfield. And he bought the company back in 2010 to take over this new company, introduced it to MGM. MGM, once again, came in, gave him a small project. Now he's grown. But with growth comes responsibilities as well. So, what is your value proposition? You know why you want to do business with us, but why should we do business with you? So as you sit here and all you came out because you hear MGM and everybody gets excited because we are the wow factor. We provide you that great experience. But you need to think, what are you bringing to the table? Why should MGM do business with you? And I'm going to be on the spot. Why should I do business with you?
Why should you do business with me?
Mm-hmm.
Because although we are a small business, we bring the agility of a small business, but big leadership experience. So we can provide you the support in IT and cybersecurity services that many others may struggle with as a small business.
Why should I do business with you?
I'm a leadership training company. We specialize in leadership training for first-time managers. So businesses continue to promote employees into management positions without giving them proper leadership training.
One more. Anybody want to volunteer?
We've been here. you think?
Go ahead. No, number one, we provide a quality of scale gourmet product to your buffet. And it is also different, it stands out, because a lot of casinos do not have, you'd be one of the first to actually have a full funnel cake bar at your buffet. And part of our proceeds, every month, we donate back through our Care to Share program. So we recycle in that way, where we donate to local nonprofits and individuals in need every month.
Okay. You, sir?
Well, what we do is we bring health to your property. We do low sodium, no sugar seasonings so that people can be more diverse in their health and more diverse in selection of different basic seasonings and rubs and things of that nature to bring that quality and that wow factor to your food.
Okay. Excellent. Now, as I go forward, see how you can enhance your value proposition. What makes you different from your competitor? Pretty much each one of you may have a different product or something, but you have a bundt cake, but you have other people make funnel cake, but other people make other types of desserts and things. So look at your competitor. What makes you different besides just, it's still a pastry, it's still a dessert, it's a pastry, right? Yeah, it's still that. IT's so saturated in that, you're gonna have to come strong, real strong. Leadership training, you know who you're coming, you got quite a few competitors out there. What makes you different? What are your competitors doing and what makes you, and do you even know who your competitors are? So if you know who they are, you need to start, you don't have to take all of them, take the best, those who are best in the nation. Take those and compare your company to those. What is your capacity? Now you see where we are. We're national, we're international, but we only handle national, so we're only going to talk about domestic. We are a national company, go back. So what's your capacity in these different areas? In locations, can you just handle Las Vegas with funnel cakes, or can you handle Springfield and National Harbor? What's your revenue? What's your capacity? Be honest with yourself, because wherever this is where you need to start. Employee, do you have that resource, a human resource to handle for delivery, for consulting, individuals being on projects? How many classes do we have within a whole month? And how can you handle that? Technology, logistics. I'm sorry you had to go.
I'm so sorry.
Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Megan, and I actually work for a low voltage company. It's
Okay.
basically electrical, but we do network, or the cables for your network and stuff.
Okay, and you did leave your information, so
Yes,
I can
right there, I'll leave
email.
my card. I'm
Okay,
so sorry.
thank you. Oh, no, I was running late, so I apologize, but I wanted to make sure I knew who you were.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you competitive in your market? What value can you bring as a strategic partner? So a lot of individuals say, well, we work with diverse suppliers. We work with companies that work with us. You're a subcontractor. I like to think of as a partner, because once you come aboard and whatever services and products you're providing to us, our mission, our vision, our processes need to flow through you as well. When you come on property, you need to have the same demeanor as an employee have, because now you're part of MGM. Have you implemented the latest technology to manage your back office processes? Paper is going away. Don't send it, we don't even accept any paper, so it has to be electronic. So you want to make sure that you're up to date with your technology. And this is the question I asked before. Are you leading a team or do you just have employees? What is your wow factor? When you come in and you sit down and have a one-on-one, what's going to make the other person go, wow, you do that? Or even it's wild about your personality and your customer service and your willingness to listen to what my needs are versus what you can provide me. Have you positioned and prepared your company to grow? Do you all have a growth plan? And I know there are quite a few organizations. You all, the MSDC, help companies in order to start building their growth plan.
Absolutely.
That's very important, because now you're looking at the future where you come, and it's not easy, and it takes a couple of months, and it really make you go, oh, do I want to continue to do this? Can you handle high volume in local and national levels? We're a high volume organization. Can you handle it? We buy small, but we buy often. So we probably only need, say about 50 funnel cakes we order from you, but I need about 50 every 2-3 weeks. So that's what I'm talking about. Next steps. Okay, the next step to do business with us, you have to register in our supplier registration database, and that is the link to that, and I'll send it out to everybody. This is very important. If you are already certified, register in our database, upload your certification. We do sources database, our buyer source the database. We source by commodity, your products and services, and we source by company name. But I would like to ask, as you put in your description of your company, I don't need to know when you start and how you feel and your passion. I need to know what you do. Put those keywords in there, because if I'm looking for technology staffing, I'm putting technology staffing. I'm putting staffing and you come up. If you're a funnel cake and you're just putting pastries and baked goods, I need to know funnel. I need to know exactly what keywords are so important. You don't have to put a history in there. Keyword, because that's what they search out for. They may not even know your company. They're just gonna put in what they're looking for. So if you have, even if you have that unique product, please put the name, because a lot of times I do sourcing, never heard of the thing before, but I put in that name, nobody come up. So then I have to call, know what industry buys it, call those individuals and ask, do you provide? Yeah, that's what we do. Put those keywords in, any keyword you can think of. And you also have the opportunity to go back in and update your profile. Networking, build relationships. Now, where I came from in Houston, I called it a hyperactive town because, oh my God, there was so much going on, networking events every day, 4, 5, 10 different, it was so much, and sometimes it was an overload. But the best thing out of it, you have to be very strategic. Know who your market is or what industry you're in, and start networking with those type of organizations. Even find out about the industry networking events, because if keep using IT because it's so easy. But if there's an IT industry group somewhere, go there, because that's pretty much where the end users are within your industry. But not only network just because you see MGM is having a mixer with WRMSDC. Oh, MGM, I want to do business with them. Please come out. Let us get to know you. But also in the room, there are other companies for you to get to know that you can do business with. They may need IT staffing. They may have an event coming up and they need some funnel cakes. But what's most important, they may be your strategic partner. So you want to get to know your partners now. When you're forming partnerships, it's like going into a marriage, as everybody says, so you got to be careful. But you want to know who that person is, that company. You want to get to know them as a person, as a company. Visit the company, because the opportunity is there. You know what you need, and you go call somebody, oh, this bid, I'm getting ready to bid on. I know you do this, so let's do it together. Okay, let's get together. But when it comes to money, people start acting funny. So before you start getting together just because you see it on paper, go visit the office. You want to see how their back office is, how their employees is, and start building your relationships before the opportunity comes. So when you see the bid, you're ready and you have your partner in place. So networking is more than just going after the big boys. It's really building your network to grow your business. Manage follow-ups, close the loop. Know the best time to follow up, ask. So as you're talking to individuals, say, oh, I'm sorry, that contract is already in place, we really don't have a need for that, or we're just really saturated. Say, okay, I understand. When is the best time? I know you use my service, so when is the best time I can follow up? When does that contract end? And what's the best way you want me to follow up? Every 6 months via email or give you a phone call? So ask them how they like to have that communication. And close the loop, because you don't want to keep calling them every month and the contract is in place and you're still not going anywhere. You want to close that loop. And also contact your supply diversity individuals to ask us how can we help close the loop. Understand and respect the procurement process. Every product and service may be procured differently at a different time, but you want to understand what that is. So more than introducing your company, after you give us the wow factor, then you need to start asking us, okay, how do I do this within your company? What does it take? What is your processes? And if the process is bittersweet, respect it. It's not going to change. They're not going to change a process for a supplier because it's been strategically planned on how we run our operations. So the best thing you can do is understand it and embrace it and try to and do the process. MGM is not your last stop and not your last attempt. So even though you come to us and we're not ready to do business with you, that's okay. Don't say, okay, I'm just going to shut down my business because MGM don't, and I know they buy my service. I know we're not your last stop or attempt. We're not ready for you now. Come back when we're ready for you. And then maybe a time that you come back and we're like, oh my God, we've been looking for you. We didn't know where to find this. So always be cordial, and we're not the only ones. So even though I'm here to tell you how to do business with MGM, all this applies across the board with any organizations you're trying to do business with. And these are our contacts. So Ms. Kenyatta Lewis, she's the Executive Director of Supply Diversity, an awesome person. And I'll email you both of our contact information. You can take the wonderful picture. And that's my contact information as well. So if you're a diverse company and you're interested in doing business with MGM, please register in our database, contact us so we can assist you. If you're not certified as of yet, please take that time to get certified. You do not have to be certified to do business with MGM. That's number one. But if you want to value from the program that we have and have individuals that are advocating for your company and individuals that can set up that introduction or kind of help you, those are services that we provide to diverse companies because we want to make sure that the procurement field is equal to everyone. And we want to make sure that you are prepared just as the big boys are prepared. So I think that's it. But if you all have any questions, I'm open for any. Yes, sir.
You mentioned possibly reaching out to us by email or sending out an email. Is that, if we put that on this form, that'll
Yes,
okay.
yes. If I can ask you, if I can have the contact information from everyone.
Absolutely. I'll make a copy
Okay.
of the signage.
And
Okay, excellent.
Are you permitted to provide us a copy of these slides?
I think so, but let me verify that with my director. But I don't think I put any trade secrets in here. I don't think so.
It's
But
on YouTube, right?
hmm?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, it's on YouTube. We've been filmed, and I'm live too. Hi, everybody out there. So yes, I'll send it to you because it's already publicized anyway. But I'll be more than happy to do that. Any other questions? No, did I do that well?
Yeah.
I explained it. That you have a question?
I'm just going to thank Ms. Angela because I've seen a lot of presentations, and she's only been in this role for 45 days, but
Yeah.
she ran through that as if she has been.
I agree.
Well, thank you.
But some of the things that she was pushing you for, to really know your customer, to know that there are conferences, industry conferences right here in Las Vegas. That Connect the Dots flyer that you received is a workshop to help equip you and prepare you so that you are ready, so that you know who your competition is, so that you know the industry conferences that are in our own backyard, and connect the dots for those opportunities. So I just wanted to put that plug because it aligns with what Ms. Angela just mentioned about being ready. And if you stay ready, then you don't have to
Get ready. Thank you, Ms. Rhodes. Thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
I
Oh,
appreciate
thank you. And I apologize again,
okay.
and I thank you all for your patience. I really
This was
do.
great, really.
Thank
you. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for your patience and your participation in this fantastic seminar on how to do business with the MGM Resorts International. If you could please be so kind to fill out the evaluation form, I would appreciate it, and hand that back in. And also, if you could please pass out this counseling intake form so that I can have your contact information to send you our free webinars, announcements, email announcements about our entrepreneur training in the community. So on behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center, I really appreciate the your time today and your participation. Thank you for those of you that are tuning in virtually online through our live stream on our YouTube channel. And most especially, I'd like to thank Angela Freeman of the MGM Resorts International to be here today to give us such valuable information on how to do business, how to get ready to do business with the MGM. So thank you so much.
Do we want to do an introduction? Did I miss that?
Yes, but please.
Can we get that time?
Oh, absolutely,
Can
please.
I ask each individual to introduce yourself, your name, your company name, but very quickly, what is it that you do? We'll start with you.